you thinking about building a new home or in the process? I'm going to share with you the top areas in your home where you want to spend your money. Hey everyone, I'm Coral and welcome to my channel. Here you'll find practical tips for a home you'll love. My husband and I started the home building process about 2 years ago. We decided that our first home was going to be one that we built with a builder. We went through the whole process of picking out our lot and watching the house be built from the ground up. When you're doing this, it can be a really stressful process, especially when you go to the design center to choose upgrades and the different things that you want in your home. Luckily, we had a really great realtor that walked us through the process and talked us through where we should focus on putting our money. Based on that experience, today I'm going to share with you the top 4 areas of your home where you'll want to put your money to get the most bang for your buck. The first place where you want to put your money is in the kitchen. The kitchen is the area where a lot of things happen, a lot of gatherings, and you spend a lot of your time. And if you think you might sell your house in the future, kitchens can be things that will sell a house. So putting your money into the kitchen is a great place to start. Things like granite countertops are a great place to put your money. Also, the backsplash in your kitchen can really change the way that the whole entire kitchen looks. So spending a little bit more money to upgrade the backsplash can change the look of the kitchen. Another thing is cabinets. Sometimes the cabinets that the builder wants to include in the price of the home may not be that nice and add enough to the aesthetic of your kitchen. What we did is we went for the second level up cabinets and paid just a little bit more to get some nicer cabinets that looked better and really changed the look of the kitchen. This was also important because of the color scheme that we went with in our kitchen. A lot of the times the builder will only give you a certain amount of colors for the cabinets that are included in the price, and we wanted a different color to go with the rest of the house, so that was the decision that we made, to pay just a little bit more for the next level up of cabinets. Another thing that you might want to spend your money on in the kitchen is lighting. Look at the lighting that the builder is going to include in the price of the home, and you may want to upgrade a little bit to other things like under cabinet lighting or pendant lights. These things can change the look of the kitchen for not too much more money, but you get a kitchen that looks a lot nicer. The second area where you want to spend your money is in the bathroom. Bathrooms are another big place in the home that can make or break if you're selling or really change the look of the home. So there are a couple of things that you might want to consider adding money into in the design center. The first is the tile on the floor and the walls. So unless you plan on ripping out the tile later, you want to pick something nice that is going to go with the look of your home, especially the tile that's going to be on the walls in the showers. You're probably not going to be wanting to change those. The builder may also offer you options to upgrade some things in the bathroom, like the shower and the tub. For us, we decided to go with a package that upgraded the bottom of our shower so it drops in instead of having a pan on the bottom of the shower, and we thought that would really add to the look of the bathroom. So there's not a plastic bottom to our shower, it drops down and it's tiled. And then also the tub in our master bathroom was part of that upgrade, and it is like a drop-in tub that has tile around it. That adds to the look and feel of the bathroom, and you're gonna get a lot of money's worth back out of that. We also opted to add some small details to both of these things since we were paying a little bit more for them. We added some little tiles around the edge where the tub is that just adds a nice little detail, and we also, since the bottom of the shower was dropped in, we opted for a little bit more expensive tile on the bottom. We chose the kind that looks like pebbles because we figured we're spending a little bit more money to get the nicer drop in the shower, so we might as well continue to add a little bit more value to that area by putting nicer tile instead of the tile that was included when we paid for the drop-in part of the shower. Another thing that you might want to consider adding in if it's not included with your builder is adding granite into your bathrooms as well, because people really care about granite, and having it throughout the whole entire house will give you a little bit more bang for your buck. The next area where you want to spend your money in the design center is built-in structures. These are things that would be built into the house as it's being built. So some of them would either be one, impossible to do after the fact, or would be really hard to do after the fact. One important example of this is anything that would have to do or be included in with your foundation. We decided to go with some floor outlets, one in our living room and one in the office area, because these are things that have to be piped in before they pour the foundation. This is not something that we could add in later, so we decided that that was an important area where we needed to spend our money. Anything that has to do with plumbing and needs to be plumbed through your foundation would be another example of something that you want to do. And another area that involved the foundation that we decided to put some money into is our patio. The concrete slab for our patio was laid with the foundation, so it was important for us to have that in as the house was being built. Another area of built-in structures that you might want to think about to spend your money in is any room or feature changes to the house. So sometimes builders will have different options for different rooms that you can choose. We knew that we wanted an office in our home. That was not included in the price. In order to change the front room, which was originally like a formal living sitting room, into an office, we had to pay a little bit more for that, but that was important to us because the doors are in different areas and it wouldn't be set up in the same way. So in order to have it as an office, we chose that while we were in the design center. Another example is that in the original plan for the house, there were some columns that went through in our dining room, and those were things that we didn't want there, so we opted to take them out. We also chose to add a half bath into the house. Again, this is plumbing. There's places being piped in before the foundation was laid, so it was important to make that decision right then that that needed to be added in. Now, one feature change that we wish we would have made that we did not was to add some bay windows into our master bedroom. We just chose not to do that, and we wish that we would have, but now we are after the fact, and it would be a way more work in order to add that in now. So those feature changes are important to think about ahead of time, because some of them you can change after the fact or down the road if you want to remodel, but it would be really difficult and easier to do right off the bat. And the last area where you should put money into your house in the design center is things that you don't know how to do or you don't want to deal with down the road. An example of this for us is electrical. We could have certainly waited to add any electrical work into the house and hired an electrician to come do it later, but it's something that we didn't want to deal with later. So one of these things that we did is that we added extra outlets throughout the house, any place that we felt like we needed more outlets than were included. We also changed around some switches in the house that they weren't in areas where we wanted them to be, so we changed them out. And in one instance, we had them add a three-way switch to where if I'm standing by the front door, I can turn on the dining room lights, or if I'm standing by the kitchen, I can turn on the dining room lights. That was something that I wanted to be able to do and not have to like walk across the room. Another one of these things that we did is we added extra lighting. We added some can lighting into our living room. Again, it's something that we could have done later and paid an electrician to do, or if you're somebody who's handy, you could possibly do yourself, but it was just easier and less of a hassle to do it ahead of time and just have it done. If there are other things in the house that you want done that you know you just don't know how to do and you'd have to spend too much money in order to do it later down the road, that's a good place to go ahead and spend your money, because you know you're going to spend money on it down the line anyway, and it's easier to just have the builder include it in the building process and not have to deal with it later. So to recap, the top 4 areas where you want to put your money in your home in the design center is the kitchen, the bathrooms, built-in structures, and any things that you don't know how to do or don't want to deal with down the line. I will also be doing a video soon on areas where you don't want to spend your money in the design centers. So if you are in this process or thinking about doing it soon, make sure you check back in later for that video. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I hope it helps you create a home you'll love. Just for watching today's video, I have a special free guide for you, my home organization essentials. Just click on the first link down in the description, and that will take you to a page where I ask for your name and email address. Just pop in your name and email, that way I know where to send it. If you did enjoy today's video, do me a favor and give me a thumbs up down below. Also, comment below and let me know, are there any other areas in the home that you think are important to spend your money on in the design center? If you haven't already, click that subscribe button down below and hit the bell, that way you never miss a video. Thanks for watching and I'll see you next week.